What's going on, YouTube? We are back with the This Is Total War campaign. And we're picking up right where we left off with the defense of the city of Hegra. And I realized just as I ended the video last time, you can actually see the city name through this battle deployment thing. But anyway, without further ado, let's fight it out. And I will probably skip the loading screen because I'm rendering a video, so it might take a little bit. So I'll be back in a minute. Alright, so here we go. Let's throw these guys here. I don't know what they're more likely to go for. Actually, they're probably most likely to go down this channel. So let's throw my Royal Guard here. Yeah, that should be good. Put my other pikes here. Back them up with infantry. These guys are pretty hurting. Yeah, they won't do much good, so I might as well keep them out of the main fight. And then let's just put my slingers here. So, here we go. Let's speed this early part up. Just get them over here. Something interesting I was looking at is that these Hellenic Royal Guard, both for Egypt and Epirus, actually have the best stats of any pike unit in the game. And yeah, the only reason that, for example, Silver Shield pikemen are more expensive is that they have the steady ability, which I believe the Foot Companions do as well. So it's, in terms of best pike unit, it goes Hellenic Royal Guard, Silver Shield pikemen, and then Foot Companions, which seems a little bit off to me since Macedon is in like the nation that was like Alexander's base, and I don't know. It seems to me Macedon should have the best pike unit, but you know, whatever. So let's see where these Levy Spearmen choose to go. Yeah, pikes are pretty bad frontally for multiplayer competitive purposes, but when you're just dealing with the AI coming down a city, like through narrow areas at you, pikes are still pretty deadly. So I really don't mind abusing the kind of overpowered parts of the game when I'm trying to win a campaign like this, because I'm going to need to do everything I can to win, and I'm pretty sure I said that in the last episode, but yeah, now that I'm actually taking advantage of the fact that the computer doesn't think to, hey, maybe I should send units around each side so that he can't just stand with his pikes there, I thought I would just mention it again. So yeah, this is interesting. Like, in the first few weeks of the game, this would not have happened, where they have some units that have gotten past my pike wall, but now it does. So that's that. So let's see if we can get some shots off on his camel archers, or if we can get shots off on anything. Yeah, so his camel archers are going to come in range.
Our general is under attack.
I don't even know if it's worth putting it in normal speed yet. Well, these pikes are actually taking quite a beating, though they're getting more kills than they're losing. So I guess I'll take it. Yeah, so if we can start firing at the camel archers, that would be nice. I may have to bring these Hellenics over here. I think I will do that now. Yeah, and I just have to hope his camel archers don't come down this way. I know this won't do much good, but maybe it'll at least hold them up if they do. Let's fire at his slingers there. Alright, so my slingers are going to be firing. Let's throw them in quick reload.
The men are wavering.
These guys are in shield wall, so they'll hold. Yeah, these noble swordsmen are a pretty good unit, so they do scare me. But these Hellenics are much better, so hopefully I can win that. Now it's occurring to me that I might have wanted to save my Egyptian swordsman to run down those slingers. But what can you do? Oh well. Let's start moving these Hellenics forward.
The men are wavering.
Yeah, these Egyptian infantry are trash. 9 kills. Here we go. Here's where the killing starts. Look at that. Already, the kills are just shooting right up. They're just walking through. They haven't lost a man yet. This is a very, very good pike unit. 90, almost 100. There we go. 100 kills. Just decimating these noble swordsmen, which are not a bad unit. It's important to keep in mind. So let's rush these guys forward just to provide some cover for my slingers.
The enemy general is
There we go.
dead.
155 kills, 3 losses. I will accept that ratio. And I could wait in the city and just wait for them to be out of ammo, but I think I'm gonna want to chase these camel archers down. Let's fire at those slingers now. Let's make sure these guys are running. Yeah, now that those slingers are in retreat, they're going to be easier pickings. And the AI is not very good at skirmish. So, I'm just going to catch him with the pikes. And that should be game for him.
It's turning in our favor.
Yep, there he goes. So yeah, that's why I like pikes in non-online play. The AI is just not quite sure how to deal with them, especially in cities. But that being said, these Egyptian pikes also did quite a good job. So anyway, I will be back once we are back on the main map. Alright, so we are back. We've won that battle. It's a close victory. Let's kill those captives, which I pretty much always do. And move things along. So yeah, it's going to be important that we win every battle that is possible to win, and I don't make any stupid mistakes in battles, nothing like that. So there's a stupid mistake right there, is letting slums develop. Just as I say, I need to avoid that. Although I didn't really have any money, I don't believe. I don't know. I'm not sure if there's anything I could have done about that. But anyway, let's do that and get an amphitheater. Let's take a look at how much that increases my... it's probably not worth the effect that has. 773. Yeah, let's just leave it right there. So this army gets to be upgraded. See what we can recruit. I didn't know you could recruit mobs. That must be new. That's totally pointless, though. Mob can distract and delay the enemy. Yeah, that's if they're lucky. We will throw a couple slingers in the army, because I do find slingers quite useful. So this army cannot recruit a mob. I wonder... I'm sorry, this is probably really boring to watch, but I'm tempted to see what exactly okay, so if you have slums, you can recruit a mob. That's interesting. Well, I don't know if it's interesting to you guys, but that's interesting to me. So, yeah, it's probably going to want to get another army going soon, because these stacks are pretty weak right now. Got a navy coming for us. We have an not a great defense there, but hopefully that navy's not any good. So let's just end the turn and move things along. Might have wanted to move my army back into that city, but you know what? Whatever. I also should have checked to make sure I was at war with everybody, because it's going to be a total bummer if I'm not. Although I suppose if I'm not, I can just load the autosave, because that'll take me back to right before I clicked end turn. So let's see. Because I don't think I could have encountered any factions last turn. I don't think I did anything that would have allowed me to. That's the thing about this achievement, is that you can play the entire campaign and then realize that on one turn you forgot to declare war and not get the achievement, and that would be frustrating. So these guys are going to come again. This time I will auto-resolve. Gets rid of them pretty easily. Alright. So let's give a quick look at diplomacy. Rebellion, increase in rank, alright. And we are at war with everybody, good. So, Cyprus is still very friendly. And increasing by each turn, it looks like. That's really funny. Okay, that's going to be something I want to take a look at. Because that's, yeah, that'll be my next chain of research, is to get that stuff. Anything here? Do have rebels, we're going to want to deal with those guys. And let's chase them down, wipe them out. Should be a fairly easy fight. And that should eliminate the army. Yep, there they go. Let's hit space, make that go faster. Let's go right back to the city. So, alright, there's no growth going on, that's a problem. So, let's do that. It's got all benefits. And that's good. Alright, so let's get another army going. Probably these African war elephants are the way to go. Throw them in Alexandria. Probably going to want slingers as the base of the army. Yeah. Ptah's Justice. What a name. Alright. So we have Jason, apparently, who needs to be upgraded. Let's make him a general. And end the turn. So yeah, as I was saying in the last episode, my goal is going to be to solidify on the left side there, because it's only 2 settlements wide. So I'm going to complete that last province, and then probably leave some kind of a token army there that I'm confident I can hold a walled city with. And then on this side, I'm going to look to expand. That'll be the majority of the killing, is going to be on the right side. It was also occurring to me earlier today that Bactria might be a useful faction to try this out with, because you start in a corner and can kind of limit your like points of being attacked. You can really keep a good border, because all you have to do is get up to the settlement that Massacate start at, and then you're done expanding north, because that's a 1 settlement wide area. And you can even keep going for a while to that north, and it stays only 1 settlement wide. And then you can just expand south, and yeah, it can be a fairly, or at least seems to me, a fairly simple way of doing it. Not that getting this achievement in any way is simple, but as this achievement goes, relatively simple. So probably going to want this consecrated ground, get some Egyptian culture going. So Charmuthus, I don't I don't know. That's right. I don't think I can quite reach that. So I'm going to move to the border here. Yeah, that wouldn't reach. So let's throw in one more Egyptian infantry and 2 slingers. Let's take a look at Memphis. Yeah, let's get... Oh, I don't know. 200 wealth from industry. That's probably actually going to be helpful. And the decrease in land unit recruitment cost. So let's get 2 more slingers in that army. And that army is good as it is. So let's end the turn, move things along. So far, it seems to be slightly reasonable. I'm not getting navies of 20 units coming into me yet, but that'll probably be the mid-game where that happens. And dealing with a civil war, if that happens, which I'm pretty sure it will, is also going to be an interesting task. Although hopefully by that point I've got a nice solid like 5 or 6 stacks of armies filled with overpowered units like chariots and Galatians. Would be nice, but you know, knowing my luck with rebellions or civil wars as they're called in this version of Total War, probably won't happen. It'll probably happen just as I've got, you know, 2 or 3 stacks up and running. But that being said, if I can get even 2 units of chariots per army, I'm going to start feeling pretty confident. That's something I didn't really appreciate when I played campaign before. I really got into the multiplayer scene, was just how much you could use certain units and exploit them. Which I guess you're kind of forced to learn if you play multiplayer very much. Let's get these carrying axemen. I'm actually going to take some light cav as well, because they're going to probably prove very useful. That's probably going to be good, getting solid public order. So now let's go take on Charmuthus and try to seal this province. I think I can hopefully win that. But just in case, I'm just going to encircle there. Go to Hegra. Raise forces. This costs 350. He's from other families. He's from other families. We're going to raise him as a... let's put him in an elephant and send him down. And we will do the same with that guy. We'll put him in a... Let's put him in a Galatian and send that down. And that should make it pretty much a one-sided fight. It's almost like it didn't even factor in the fact I've got reinforcements coming. But anyway, we'll fight it out, and I will be back with you guys in a minute when the game loads. Alright, so we are back. Game wants me to play with fog. I do not like fog. I pretty much always like to play with dry weather. So here we go. Let's zoom out. And I play with unrestricted camera for those of you who don't watch my multiplayer battles, just because it allows me to get a much better view of the battlefield, what's going on, basically just better in a whole lot of ways. So let's move this side forward and this side forward. And take a look at how the AI is set up. Pretty much their standard way of defending. So enemy reinforcements coming from the ocean are on their way. Let's actually get my elephants in there. And let's bring up the Galatians. They're over here, so let's get them to come over here. So I'm going to want my slingers to be firing at an angle, because that allows a little bit more damage. I'm probably going to want to lead with my pikes, and then follow them up with the Egyptian infantry. Let's get these three split. Talking is hard, guys. Let's get these three. I'm just gonna give up. We're gonna have a silent episode, and I will mime out everything I'm trying to say. Anyway, we're gonna get these three slingers right up there. See, I know English. Alright. So these slingers are in position. They can now see those tribes people. Why aren't they called tribesmen? They're tribes. Alright, you know what? I'm not going to comment on that. But, whatever. The fire person entered the building today. I'll stop. Anyways, my slingers have begun firing. This is what the AI likes to do that confuses me with programming, is they like to just kind of switch their units in and out when one starts taking hits. So I'll just have my slingers fire away. And move up these Egyptian infantry, which again aren't great infantry, but do the job. And probably for the cost, they're actually not too bad. There's a lot of cheap units that I think just aren't worth it. Egyptian units, or Egyptian infantry, you know, they could be worse. Could definitely be worse. They're pretty trash, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I do find them an addition to my efforts to win, unlike some, like the Vigiles for the Romans, I almost find to be like a negative presence on the field, since when they rout it makes other units panic. And I don't think they do enough to warrant having that negative effect. But, you know, each to their own. These elephants are so overpowered, I can just send them right in. I'm fairly confident that they'll make their way. Let's get these guys firing in deep. Did not mean to select my general with that. So let's stop him and just throw the elephant straight into the town square. And let's also throw these Egyptian infantry straight into the town square and throw those slingers straight into the town square, or at least make them attack straight into the town square. Let's put these guys on flaming shot just so that they increase their fear effect. And trample. Let's raffle stomp those levy spearmen. Yeah, and the losses always come a little bit after the initial charge, so there we go. Now they're down to 57 men. So let's keep closing in with the slingers, and you can see how these elephants just clean right up. So putting up a little bit of a fight here, but these guys are probably going to rout pretty quickly after my elephants finish mowing the lawn out here. Yeah, they're just levy spears, so their morale is going to take quite a hit once I've wiped out their town square. My elephants are going to keep just stomping right through. They've already got almost 300 kills, as to be expected. His reinforcements are possibly going to rout before they even get here. Maybe even probably going to rout before they get here. These poor units of the enemy. These noble swords aren't going to stand a chance once I send my elephants the other way.
Missile infantry ready.
And let's use general abilities just because.
Our enemy have lost a victory point.
And this is something you should never do in battles, but I'm going to do anyways. It's just select all my units and attack. So what's he got here? Oh, 2 units that didn't fully route. I should have taken care of those. Oh well.
Orders, my lord.
And these noble swords are going to have a very bad day. These Egyptian pikes have 160 kills. That's not bad.
The enemy general is dead.
You know, for low tier units that everybody in competitive play likes to say are trash, I'll take 160 kills, even if they are against skirmishers. And yes, I'm well aware that in competitive play, pikes are in fact terrible, but I've always just been a fan of pikes, so I don't know. They're fun. I do wish that they were made more like they were in Rome 1, though, where they weren't great frontally, but they did certainly pose a frontal threat. Like, you could assault them head-on with urban cohorts, but you would lose pretty much just an amount of men that made it not worth it to do so. Which I think is just about the right balance. You definitely don't want pikes to just be unassaultable from the front, even though that's kind of how they were in reality. So maybe that would be interesting if CA made it so pikes, you literally could not get through them from the front. But from the sides, they basically just collapsed. That would be an interesting change to see. So let's finish mopping these guys up. Let's fast forward it a bit so we're not dealing with this for too much longer. Let's just make sure we leave a unit in the town square so we don't what am I trying to say? So we don't lose any of the time on this counter. Make sure we finish this battle as quickly as possible. Let's go right for the slingers. I would love to get another stampede off before that timer ends, and I think I will do. Just throw them in standard shot. I don't want them to rout. I want to be able to stampede them. Stampeding is fun. I'm going to have to go for that unit if I want to catch them. Throw on stampede. And select everything and just go there. Although we'll leave this Hellenic there. There we go. See ya. 400 kills for these elephants. That's what I like to see. So it's a victory, of course. It's a decisive victory. Again, of course. And these guys are definitely earning their keep right now, those Egyptian pikes. Maybe for the early game I'll throw a few more into the army. But anyways, I will be back in a minute when the game is loaded. Alright, so we are back. We have gotten a decisive victory. And we can just occupy that settlement. Oh, sucks to be that guy. He's not having a great day. But this should complete the province, which will be a nice little bonus. Alright, now we have to... So I'm almost considering using these elephants to replace these Hellenics. Which you know what? I think I will do that. But anyway, it has been an episode, so we've taken a city, we've defended the city up here, and we're making progress. So if you enjoyed the video, if you enjoyed my attempt at this, please like and subscribe and leave a comment, and I will see you guys next time.